So now, after running the locomotive for, I don't know, 20 minutes, it's now showing issues. Of course, off it goes. Good morning and welcome to Kampala Road. Well, I must be a complete mushroom, or maybe in the part of the galaxy I exist in, the model railway influencers, their star destroyers don't reach me. Because what's gone on this week I've only just caught up on, thanks to a friend. You probably don't really want to catch up on it. And I think it's a real shame. Why in this hobby? It is a passionate hobby. And for those people who have been in it for a while, you'll know that RM Web had to be shut down because of cyberbullying at one point. And I was involved in that. Not the bullying part. The whole thing's a real shame. There is controversy in everything, of course, including model railways. And hats off to the people who are calling it out, that's all I can say. My own experience is the person who has been called out. I had a run-in with them back in 2018. And it wasn't pleasant. My opinion is it's probably a good thing they've been called out. Model railways is a passionate hobby. Get that from reading posts and the comments in your own videos. The only thing I can liken it to is caravanning in Australia, where you are judged on your reversing skills as you go into a car park or a caravan park and everybody's sitting having a beer watching you. I don't have a caravan, but I do have a camper trailer and have experienced it. Similar. I do believe a point that has been missed is that when you monetize something and you start making it your living and you start relying on that income, then it becomes more than a hobby. It is something completely different. And that's where it probably clashes with people like me, and the majority who do it as a hobby, for the love of it, not for money. And of course then that raises jealousy with sponsorships from model shops. Why should you pay 250 quid for a loco? £80 for a coach when somebody else is getting one free and being paid to review it. Kuko really got the sound right on this, haven't they? So I do think when money comes into it and there's jealousy, you cannot have an independent opinion if you've been given something. That is my opinion. And I think it causes problems. And you just have to segregate the two. The people who are being paid to promote a product and the people who buy the product themselves and review. I do believe you cannot review a product independently if you're being paid to do it. A bit like the car People in car magazines, they come in for a lot of criticism because they're afraid to dish on the car manufacturers because the advertising gets cut. We all know that. This has turned out to be a nice locomotive. I had a rough start with this one, but it's nice. The sound is very good, isn't it? They've really done a top job. It still has a bit of a derailing issue on end one, but other than that, that's my review. I didn't get paid. But anyway, onwards and upwards. I hope the individual either comes to recognizing their issues or disappears. The hobby would not miss them. And the people who have been dished on for jealousy or whatever it may be, continue, because they contribute something to the hobby. But the other reason I'm making this video is I've been asked to look at the Bad Bachman I have, and that's the one I've been criticizing a bit, is that's the Class 31. So we'll move on to that. My appalling photography. Just after this one goes past. Yeah, lovely locomotive, wish I'd bought it in BR Blue. But there you go. And that's a good wagon too, from Sonic. Who is Sonic? So on this siding are two of the most disappointing locos this year. This for various reasons. Slow running quality is very poor. So it seems like the motor is cogging. And also it derails at every opportunity. Almost swore there. And then this Bachman 31, which I've been asked to say why it is a bad loco, and I've criticised it, sorry about that, criticised it a few times. So I'll try and show, and I think I've been justified in the new announcements from Bachman have addressed some of the issues of this loco. So whether it was rushed because of the Akira scale one, I don't know. But let's have a look at it. So this is not the deluxe, it's a step down from that with sound, and I think they priced it just below the Akira scale offering at the time, because they came out virtually at the same time. $249, I think the advertised price was. By the time I got it, it was about $210, less VAT plus postage, etc., etc. I think I got it from Hatton's back in the day, maybe not, I can't remember. And I was looking forward to this. I have the Hornby one, which is very good, although it has its problems, and I was very much looking forward to this, knowing the standard of Bachman locos. Now, it looks lovely. There was some criticism on the gloss paintwork. It does need weathering, because my memory of these locos was they were disgustingly dirty, utterly useless, in my teenage opinion, back in the day. There's the lights come on. I love the way they come on. And I remember these coming out of Liverpool Street, through Harlow up to Bishop Stortford and beyond toward the end, etc. And they used to pull about 9 coaches and struggle. And I remember one day in winter, I was in a place near Sawbridgeworth, and there were 2 of them. It was a double header, pulling 13 Mark I carriages at the rush hour time. It must have left London around about, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock. It was dark, and it looked pretty gloomy as it came through Sawbridgeworth station. But it was doing all of about 15 miles an hour. Anyway, enough of that. The first thing I noticed was the sound was very poor. That sounded all right on startup, but when you actually run it, and I'll demonstrate later on, it's just like white noise compared to, let's say, the Bachman 47, which I'll show you now on startup. So this is the latest Bachman 47, the 2021 version. I haven't opened my Helgen one, which I must do. Well, listen to the startup on this. Now to me that's a lot crisper, clearer, maybe missing, if you're used to the Curoscale stuff, maybe missing a bit of bass. But wow, there is no comparison between the 31, and the 31 is a later model, so it should theoretically be better. And runs beautifully. It is a stunning model, this. So after that, to revisit. I don't know whether that's the real Loco or whether it's white noise. I just think the speaker is not up to the job. And one of the improvements in the Bachman announcement was to the sound of this. So I think feedback from the customer has been noted, and that's good. Let's just see how she goes. Start. I love the horn. Driver giving notice. Just seems to be an awful lot of white noise or background noise. Now the other problem I've had with this Loco is the running quality. It cuts out, and there you go. For a heavy diesel model, it cuts out over points. And again, Bachman have addressed this. They're going to put a stay alive in the new version. So obviously I'd suggest feedback as the same. So this is speed step 5. It's going to be a long video. It can run well, and I've cleaned the wheels and I've just cleaned the track off camera to give it its best possible chance. But it does need a stay alive. I don't know whether it's the pickup system that's at fault. I believe it's picking off 4 wheels in each bogie, not 6. But my 20-year-old Bachman 37 picks off 8 wheels and runs beautifully. I don't know what happened with this model. Of course, it's going to run perfectly now I'm filming it. I don't like the sound. It's just too... It's almost like the speaker cannot cope with it. It's almost like a TTS speaker. Just as I switched off the camera, it stalled. There we go. Again, give it a push. Nope. Started by itself then. And that's the problem I've been having with this Loco. If the wheels are very clean, it's fine. Once you've run it for 10-15 minutes, it starts to have problems. And my track work is pretty good, I'll say that myself. Anyway, it needs to stay alive. If anybody can tell me how to do that, I'd very much appreciate it, because I like the Loco. It just is not reliable. And I don't like running unreliable locomotives. I'll need to get my Curoscale one out. Anyway, her love of model railways. Off she goes. Just see how she goes along here. There are 3 sets of points to cross. I've given her a little bit more power. Let's see how she goes. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, I'm not, because I've lived with it now for about 8 months and I can't rely on it to do the right thing first time. That makes sense. Like that loco in the background, the Bachman 37, I can switch on the layout and it'll go. This one won't. It needs cleaning, extremely fussy. But of course now I'm filming, everything's perfect, so I'm talking rubbish. Going up onto the main line. Perfect, of course. She comes again. I love the model. I don't like the real locomotive. I didn't give it time of day as a young kid. The model, the Hornby model, is excellent. This one, well, proof is in the pudding, and the camera is showing that it runs perfectly. And I've yet to open my Curascale one, which I keep threatening to do, but I haven't done it. And part of the reason is that is I've had a bad experience with a Curascale. That shouldn't be a reason, but there you go. But on a positive note, this loco seems to be behaving itself. Which is good. So now, after running the locomotive for, I don't know, 20 minutes, it's now showing issues. Of course, off it goes.